Yo, what's up? This is Joyner and you're checking out my boy David Duane, and much love.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into On Air with your one and only rock star on the mic, David Duane, in the place to be, My First Swings Radio. Yes, right now, yes, guys, we have our boy, hip-hop recording artist, Joyner Lucas. Now, if y'all don't know who Joyner is, he is a dope artist. He just dropped his latest project, 508, and guess what? He's gearing up to go on the 508 tour that kicks off in October, so make sure you guys catch him in the city near you, and he's joined with us. What's going on, Joyner?
What's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great, man. Can't complain. Life is good.
Absolutely. It definitely is. And we got to say, thanks so much for coming on the show. We definitely appreciate it.
Man, thanks for having me on the show, man. I appreciate you.
No doubt. I mean, we definitely had to have you come on because our friend Paulie, who's a fan of yours, actually put us onto your music. So once we heard your music and everything, we were like, okay, we got to get Joyner. So it's no problem to have you on to that with us.
Word. Yeah, man, that means a lot to me.
No doubt. So this brand new project is out. You're getting ready to go on tour. For the fans who haven't heard this 508 project, kind of tell them, about the concept behind this project.
Yeah, basically, this project is it's called 508-507-2209, which is the very first phone that I've ever had, man. I wanted to give my fans a chance to have my number and to hit me up directly, and also have a chance to store to store their information in my phone book, so that way I can hit them up direct and build relationships with them and keep them in the loop. So when you call that number or text it, it'll send you a text message, and from that point you'll be able to, get the link. And that link, you click it and you save your information in there. And, every text message that goes out, it goes straight to you. If I'm in your area, you'll get a notification. It'll let you know I'm in your area. If I got some new merch coming out, then you'll know first. If my new video drops, then you're going to get the notification before anybody. You get to see all the exclusive stuff before anybody gets to see it. So that's pretty much what that's about.
Absolutely. And I've got to say, with your music, what I love about it is, like, you tell messages. Each song has its own message. Each video has a message. And, it still exists in, hip-hop and rap culture today. But sometimes it doesn't. But you've been keeping that alive within your music. How important is that for you to, to convey a particular message and not just be talking about, anything raunchy and promiscuous that you could be talking about?
I think it's important to have a message in your music because, especially me, a lot of those messages, are messages that I try to get out into the world, things that I'm feeling, things that I've been through, and I know other people have gone through it as well. And, I definitely that's my place of, wanting to get to people directly and let them know that I understand what they're going through, and also talk about things that other artists are afraid to talk about. So, it's good to build that, emotional connection between me and the actual fan, because that's what's going to, create the timelessness and the longevity in a relationship between me and the consumer.
So now let's talk about one particular track that I absolutely like, and that's Lovely. Love this track. Kind of tell them about this single just in case they haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, Lovely's a record, basically it's about, not having much, but you still feeling good. That's pretty much what the chorus is saying. I don't have much, but I still feel lovely, and it's about all the trials and tribulations on there, stuff that I've been through. And, I've never been one to be afraid of, talking about, my financial situations. I'm not the artist to brag about having bread as much as I'd love to talk about, being broke, because I know more people can relate to that, so it's about that. It's about, wanting to, succeed and do great and, reaching new heights and feeling good while you're doing it.
And that's an important message to have, because sometimes in life, hell, we all don't have everything, but this life is lovely. We wake up every single day if we get the opportunity to, and we get to experience this thing called life. So I totally can relate to that. I know that a lot of people can relate to that. I've seen a lot of fans, saying that was one of their favorites. How was that, feeling to see that this happens to be like one of the fans' favorite from this new project?
I didn't even know that was one of the fan favorites, so that's good that people feel that way. That's one of my favorites off there. But that's dope, man. I appreciate, any record that, the fans and the people, like coming from me. It means a lot.
And I've got to say, collaborating with Mystical on this project, whoa, that is major. A lot of people don't get to, collaborate with somebody as legendary, I'm going to say that Mystical is legendary. Some people may disagree or agree with me with saying that, making this statement, but to collaborate with somebody such as Mystical, you know, how did that come about, and what was it like working with him?
It was great, man. Like, you know, just that's a specific feature that I sought out because Mystical is somebody that I've always thought was, you know, dope, and, you know, his voice was, you know, probably one of my favorite actual hip-hop voices. The original song to FYM was called James Brown, and, you know, Mystical is like the rapping James Brown, so it just made sense to, you know, get him on that record. In all honesty, though, I've never had a conversation with Mystical in my life. That message was, that record was, you know, done via email, you know, through managers and stuff like that. But yeah, I haven't got a call from Mystical. I haven't talked to him, nothing after that. It was just, that's just what it was.
That's major. I mean, even they didn't get a chance to connect, like, still just the collaboration still happened. I still think that's amazing.
Yeah, not a tweet, not a Instagram or, you know, Twitter message or direct DM, nothing. I've never had a conversation with Mystical. So it's pretty dope, you know, the idea that me and another artist such as Mystical or any other great artist can create such a dope record together and never have a single conversation. I mean,
right.
That movie is like breaking the barrier, or is that like, like, you know, like, that's crazy when you think about it, you know?
I think the way with, like, how technology is now, it's just like you don't even really ever have to interface with the person. You can just be like, yo, or that connection, like, you know, between management can just be made, and it can just be a done deal.
Right. And it's interesting that it can work that way. I prefer to connect with the actual artist and work with the actual artist. I prefer it that way, you know? But when you know the truth is when you're coming up and you're not, you know, you're not really known, and you know, you're doing your thing out here and you're making a name for yourself, it's like you got to kind of earn the respect. A lot of artists are not just going to, you know, just come out the woodwork to show love and, you know, respect and, you know, gratitude and, you know, let you, you know, build a relationship with them. I'm not just speaking about, you know, Mystical per se. I'm speaking in general. You know,
right.
One thing I've experienced in this game is you're pretty much on your own until you get the respect from any other artist enough for them to want to reach out to you, talk to you, work with you. It's not just based off the talent. It's not based off of how dope the song is or how dope you are. You know, it's really just about you getting to a place where people care enough to want to build with you. And, you know, I guess I haven't reached that place, you know, which would be the reason why I haven't, you know, had a single conversation, you know, with either Mystical or a lot of other artists that I've even jumped on records with, which is cool though, because it just, you know, all it does is just motivate me and, you know, make me go harder.
No, I mean, you just got to continue to go harder. I mean, I'm sure that you guys will pass each other's way and meet each other somehow. I mean, the fact that things happen, it happens.
One day we'll talk and get up and, you know, run into each other one day, and hopefully it'll be dope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it doesn't, then that's cool too. Either way, I'm still gonna do me, and, you know, everybody's still gonna do them. You know.
Exactly. So let's, you know, kind of talk about social media a little bit more, and the fact that you've been able to, you know, build such a great fan base, like using your social media and your fans. You have an organic fan base. Like, it's not something that's just like, okay, we're going to do this. It's all organic. You can tell within the comments.
Right.
You can tell within the views. You can tell. How is that feeling, and what was it like, you know, building your fan base for you?
When I realized that, you know, that Joyner Lucas wasn't gonna be a hit record story, and it wasn't gonna be overnight success. When I realized that I had years and years of work in front of me of building an actual fan base, I was discouraged, but I was ready. And, you know, we a couple years in, and, you know, we built a solid fan base as is. And it's just, you know, it's only up from here, Pause. So, you know, it feels good to have some organic fans and, you know, a nice little fan base rocking with you, especially when you don't have a hit record. You know, when you're not really that popular, and you've accumulated a fan base through, you know, your storytelling and other things that people resonated with.
No, that's a major thing. because a lot of people don't even get the chance to, maximize on their platform, once they put their music out. But you've been able to do that. People have gravitated to every single record, every single visual, which I have to say the visuals that you have are like crazy storytelling.
Right. Thank you, man.
No doubt. Let's indeed. So let's even talk about, the videos. Like, do you come up with these treatments yourself, or do you have somebody that writes the treatments for you?
I come up with the treatment myself. I come up with the treatment and the ideas for the videos before I even, create the videos. So I pretty much create the soundtrack to my own movies, I guess you should say.
No, that's dope. Like, what mind state are you in when you come up with these concepts? Because these videos are different, and I want people to realize that for like the new fans, the fans that are just that are very familiar with your music, to understand like these concepts are well thought out. Like, what's that process?
Well, that process, of creating these concepts really comes from the beat. The beat is what kind of gives me the direction that I'm going to go with the song. It's not like I'll have something on my mind all day and, I'll just write about it. It just comes from the beat. And when I hear the beat, I immediately would know what the song is going to be about. And then from that point, before I even write the song, I'll just start mapping the video out in my head. And then I'll write the song based off of what I come up with for the video. You understand?
Because I know for myself and a lot of other people who do music as well, the beat is what sets the tone for everything. It's just there for a reason. Some people just be like, okay, this thought was on my mind, and I'm going to just write it, and there goes the concept, and there goes the video. But the fact that you actually are taken into the beat is like, speaks for itself.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
No doubt. So you just recently dropped the video for the track Forever. Let's talk about that video and that single, because it's another great concept. And for people that don't have Joyner's project, you need to be downloading it right now as we speak, by the way. But tell them about that video and the concept.
So the concept to that record and video is basically me having a conversation with my son about wanting to abort him, and the feelings that I did have when I found out that, my baby mom was pregnant, and how much I actually appreciate the fact that she didn't abort him based off of the idea that I've grown to loving my son. So I wanted to be honest and, just basically write a letter to my son, or, write a song for my son. And it wasn't the typical record of, the daddy son, I love my son record. It was more so like, I just explained it. So that's what that record and video was about. Very deep.
And it's definitely well delivered. And I like the fact that, you kept yourself very honest with the record, and, because a lot of people can't do that. They branch off, they try to talk about other things in the record, but you were 100, and very vocal about it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. It took a long time for me to, get to that point, but definitely I want to be as transparent and honest as possible.
And is it ever hard for you to be transparent and, talk about, such subjects, or have you just like really kind of found a way to just be like, you know what, I can do this, and just be brave about it?
I found a way to do it. I've always been brave to talk about my personal situations and not, think nothing of it. Yeah.
So now, what's it like, being a father, being at the age that you are? You're still young, not old. You're just at the right peak age, to have a child. How's that feeling been for you?
Feel good, man. I love being a father. I love my son. It's a different point in my life. I grew up a lot, matured a lot. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to assure the safety and the security of my child for the long run. So, it feels good.
And I know it definitely has to be a good feeling to know that you're about to go on tour soon, too, in October.
Yeah, definitely a good feeling, man. I can't wait to go out there and, meet the people and, perform in front of them and get to, perform the project in front of them and, have everybody know to sing the words and just not go out into an atmosphere where I'm trying to gain fans, but more so having fans come specifically out for me and me only. So, yes, that's going to be great. If you haven't gotten any tickets yet, make sure you, go to JoynerLucas.com. Make sure you cop a ticket. It's going to be a really great show.
Definitely, and I think New York is definitely going to be looking forward to the show at SOB's, right?
Right, man. I can't wait for that.
That is going to be lit. I'm definitely going to be there, and I know a couple of my friends are going to be there. So when you prepare for your shows, how's that preparation experience for you, would you say?
It's great, man. It's just, just coming up, with ideas and how to, make it so that everybody's satisfied when they leave and, excited to come back and see another Joyner Lucas concert. Definitely got, put my all into it. I can't wait.
So for those who haven't, seen you live before, what 3 words would you say describes a Joyner Lucas experience?
It's a nice experience. I don't know. I don't like bragging too much, but you know what I'm saying? If you a Joyner Lucas fan and, I don't know if you've ever seen me perform live, but, it's really just, just giving the people a good show and, bringing enough energy and getting people amped. I don't know how to answer that question, honestly, bro. I mean, you just got to come to the show. I don't know what to say.
Exactly. Me personally, I would say it's a hype experience. You get the crowd involved and, they really feel what you're saying. Like the fans even, really,
right.
I say it's intimate too. I will definitely say that it's an intimate experience.
Word. So you've been to a show before?
Oh yeah. I've seen a show or two before.
Okay, dope, man. That's what's up. So yeah, you could tell them. I don't know how to tell them. You tell them it's a dope experience. I get the crowd involved. It's, live. They leave happy. Yeah, all that.
So now, what cities are you looking forward to performing on this tour?
Everywhere, man. There's not one place that I'm looking forward to more than another place. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody and going every place and just, having a good time. I can't really single out any states. I could just say that it's going to be a good energy every single place.
Definitely. It definitely is going to be a good energy. So people, you have to get the tickets for Joyner's tour, the 508 tour. It's available. The project's available. Get the tickets. It's on his website. It's going to be a great experience. So, Joyner, before I have you go, what else can, everybody expect, from you as far as more music, more tours, merchandise? What can they expect?
More music, more merchandise, more tours. You can expect all of the above. You can expect some more storytelling music. You can expect some more projects, more albums. You can expect a whole lot of years out of Joyner Lucas.
Joyner, thanks so much for this interview. Definitely appreciate it.
Yo, thank you for giving me the interview. Thank you for love and respect, and thank you for having me a part of the show, man.
Absolutely. Listen, we love artists that create real music, so it's nothing but a problem. You're always welcome, and definitely have to link up with you in New York.
Yes, please. I definitely can't wait to link up in New York.
Definitely. So before we have you do a drop for us, tell everybody where they can follow you as far as your social media is concerned.
Yeah, Joyner Lucas, everything. Joyner Lucas Gmail, Joyner Lucas email, Joyner Lucas Instagram, Joyner Lucas Facebook, JoynerLucas.com, Joyner Lucas @Joyner Lucas, everything. Yo, what's up? This is Joyner Lucas, and you're checking out my boy David Duane, and much love.